It's Theme Park Thursday Live with Dillo's Dudes. Featuring Frank. And Jen.
A little spoiler there in the intro.
Yeah, I realized the banners weren't updated, so I figured I'd do that.
Last week's spoilers. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Theme Park Thursday Live in the morning. She is Jen.
Hello.
And I am Frank. And for the next 20 minutes, we're going to Regis and Kathy Lee it up.
Why do I keep doing that?
Stop doing with the spoilers. And this
From last week, it's still last week's spoilers, though, so we're okay.
So, we haven't had all the glitches work out for the morning yet. But I am live here in Central Park in Midtown Manhattan. Jen is out on Long Island. We have 3 topics to discuss for 20 minutes because yesterday I thought we would both be ready to do a full half hour and I got pulled away. So I'm in Central Park about to head out to the rest of my day. 3 topics, 3 subjects, none of which were discussed on Theme Park Thursday, the podcast. I'm sure you all listened already. We dropped it an hour ago. So, less
than an hour ago.
So Space 20 talk. We talk a lot about Rope Drop. We talk about the new restaurant. We talk about Home Sweet Home Alone on Disney Plus this November. Just prepare yourself for that. We talk about the new merch. But we have the 3 topics. Jen, I'm going to let you present the 3 topics. Now you can stop with the spoilers from last week's episode.
No more spoilers. So topic number 1, lighting up Spaceship Earth. There's some things happening on the ball, as we like to call it. We'll discuss. Topic number 2, change to the Electrical Water Pageant. I have a feeling Frank has some thoughts on this, more than me. And topic number 3, stand by for Rise. Some changes, again, were made to Rise the Resistance starting today. We can discuss that as well. I'm going very quickly here to make sure we get through everything today. So topic number 3 is stand by for Rise. Topic number 2, change to the Electrical Water Pageant. And topic number 1, lighting up Spaceship Earth. Place your bets in the comments.
And just to say, following these 20 minutes, Jen is having some coffee talk over at Dillos Resort.com, a little post-show Patreon discussion with those at the quiet pool and at the balcony level. So Jen will still be engaging post Theme Park Thursday Live. I see a 1-3-2. I see a 3-2-1. Oh man!
Why can't you all agree before 3? There's 2, 3, 2, 1s. Listen, you all need to get together and just go. Which numbers are we going to say today? And then
when you're all chatting before we get on, like during the intro, just drop some numbers in there. Going.
You don't need to actually know the topics beforehand. Just pick numbers. But we do have 2 votes for 3, 2, 1. So I'm going to say that's the winner.
I think 3-2-1 is the way to go, and I think with number 3, I even think we can check again on number 3 before we go.
Yes.
So the Rise of the Resistance virtual queue, it's done today. It's over. People are now beginning to wait in line. The experiment has now begun. How long will people be waiting in line? What are we, 35 minutes in so far?
Right.
Jen's going to pull it up
checking it out here.
On the old MDE.
That's right. Here we go. Studio.
Dr. Val is already mentioning the rope drop line this morning for Galaxy's Edge, which ties lovely into our rope drop discussion we had on the Theme Park Thursday podcast. Because, a lot of that is about the rush to get to the first place that you want to go. And that's really what we discussed on the podcast right at the top today. So, Jen,
all right,
give me a number.
The current standby wait. Yeah, you can guess for Rise the Resistance.
120 minutes.
Higher.
240 minutes.
Lower.
All right, then I'm going to split the diff and go 180.
Correct.
Oh,
that
boy.
is correct.
A 3-hour wait. A 3-hour wait.
Yeah, and I will say that I know Theme Park Rob is talking to us from Adventureland,
Hmm.
which it kind of sounds like you're in right now with those birds in the background that we're hearing. So, are you also in Adventureland, Frank? Because it sounds like the tiki room over there.
Oh, I know. I always forget when I'm in Central Park how naturey it really is in the
Right,
middle
it's
of the
true.
hustle and bustle of Manhattan.
I love me
It's
some Central
lovely. I
Park.
mean, I got a lot of the rock
Exactly.
formations around here. I got the skyscrapers behind me, the whole thing.
Exactly. Boom.
Um,
So New York.
I mean, I guess what I'm going to be curious about and what I'm interested in, and I'm sure we'll pay attention to this all day long, is where does a 3 hour queue end? Because there's a lot of the queue I really like, but I've only breezed through the 2 times I've been on it.
Right.
That's where I stand. Like, I want to know, like, I wouldn't mind spending time in some of those smaller rooms.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
Yeah, I'm trying. I don't know. I mean, I guess if it was a solo trip, if it was just us, yeah,
Yeah.
maybe I would do that. I would not take the kids on a 180-minute wait. But I am wondering. I wanted to bring it to the chat. Would you all wait 180 minutes for Rise of the Resistance? Do you all have a cutoff of like that number's too crazy, and what is that? I want to know what you're all thinking as well. But I'm wondering how the day will go. Will that number go above 180? Like we had discussed, I think, last week or the week before, that there is a certain amount of people that are able to go on Rise throughout the day just because of how long the ride is. So when do they stop the line during the day? And,
Right.
I feel like there's so many things that will play into this as the day goes on. But Steffer said, would they consider a single rider line though? And hell no. So she's good for
It would be nice, right?
Good
If there was a
morning,
single
Lee.
rider line. But yeah, I think I agree. Yeah, how long would you wait? Often Jen and I, on old episodes of the podcast in particular, would have the debate of like, how long will you wait for this attraction? And Jen is always like 10 minutes. And
20 is my cutoff. So
where I'm always like 30 to 35. If you like, I've said it for years. Like when I went to Disneyland Paris, if I could hit one ride every hour, I thought that was a win. So that's usually my gauge. 3 hours for Rise. I mean, now that I've been on it twice, it's hard to say whether I would do that. But and it makes me miss the virtual queue. I felt like I was more accepting when I didn't make that virtual queue, even though the ride was shut down all day. Like, okay, now I just saved 3 hours of my day, because you wait in that line for 3 hours and it breaks down. 3 hours of your day is gone.
Yes, for sure. Lewis is saying I wouldn't wait 180 minutes for the here's 10 free. What 10 free? Oh, are you saying Lightning Lane? Is that what you're talking about with the money line?
Well, that's
Nate,
the other variable coming into play.
Yes.
That.
Nate says 120 would be his limit. Jeffer says I would wait for it for a first time ride. I would also pay to bypass it, probably up to $25 a person. Theme Park Rob said if I had never ridden it, 120-minute tops. Yeah. Nate says 3 hours for the first time on Passage, and it was rough. So yeah. Very interesting. Yeah. So I mean, it'll be. I'm intrigued to see how the rest of the day goes, and if people are talking about it on social media and what they think about it and how they thought the whole process went, because this is all new for everybody, for cast members. Will the ride survive the day so that the line doesn't get shut down in the middle of the day? Who knows?
Well, and like anything in my life these days, anything with crowd control and line control and management of queues, I'm like, whoa, I'm super nerdy these days about that. That is my life. Let us go. What are we going? 1 or 2? What's next?
I think 3, 2, 1 was the next one. So change. Do you have any comments on this? The changes coming to the Electrical Water Pageant.
Okay, my thoughts may surprise you because I've been thinking about it a lot.
Oh, okay.
So, for the 50th anniversary, some changes, some tweaks, some enhancements are coming to the Electrical Water Pageant over on the Seven Seas Lagoon. Right there is the. So let's see, where can I begin? Because I'm torn both ways. The Electrical Water Pageant is like everything about my love of Walt Disney. Basically, the embodiment of my love of Walt Disney World. It's like one of the first memories I have are those panels. And then I grew to love the original music until they changed the original music 27 years ago. And now, for the first time, it appears that they're messing with the screens. So here's where I'm torn.
Mhm.
You're not going to have the usual and then change to the American flags and the stars and stripes at the end. I don't know. I have feelings, but at the same time, to me, the Electrical Water Pageant is the what do I want to say? It is the Iron Man of Walt Disney World. It has persevered all these years. It has continued to hit its marks every night, leaving out the pandemic. 9 p.m. at the Poly, all around the lagoon, all around Bay Lake. It is old, reliable.
Yeah.
So, is it deserving of being part of the 50th anniversary? 100%. So I'm happy to see it get acknowledged for the 50th anniversary.
Right.
I can't wait to see video. I'm sure that will enhance me further. But as much as it's a change, it's nice to see the Electrical Water Pageant get this acknowledgement.
Right. All right, fair. If I can just interrupt, there's been an update to the Rise of the Resistance queue.
Yes.
It is now 220 minutes for that week. How quickly it changes. I was wondering your thoughts, obviously, because you feel so strongly. I was also wondering how you feel that there is going to be a portion of it, including the new celebration anthem song, The Magic is Called. So they're changing up some music as well. I mean...
Well, here's my thing. Here's where I stand, and this is going to sound random, and maybe people will read subtext into this or whatever. And the changeover from the dragon and the octopus and the whole thing. It's not a dragon. It's like the Loch Ness monster. You know what I mean? I'm in Central Park. I'm looking around nature. I'm confused. I'm distracted. That when they change over from that to the stars and stripes and the flags at the end, to me that's like still the old, that's the thing, that's still the Electrical Water Pageant. So if it's going to change over from the panels into this whole 50th anniversary with the music, again, I feel like I'm torn in the middle because the stars and stripes thing was still like, that was the finale, and why are you changing the finale of the Electrical Water Pageant? So jury is out on that one about the addition of the music.
All right, fair enough. Does anyone feel as strongly as Frank in the comments about the Electrical Water Pageant? I agree. It's nice to see it being included because I feel like it's such an underdog at Disney. Some people don't even know it exists, unless you've really been there before or have been in that vicinity at nighttime, and some people aren't. If they're staying at a resort that's not on the monorail line, they're not eating in that resort area. If they're just going to the Magic Kingdom and then going back to Pop, let's say, they may never even know it exists. So I feel like it is an underdog, but it's nice to see that it's getting some appreciation. Nate wants to know if you have ADHD. I think all Disney fans do. I mean,
I'm not going to comment on it.
Yeah,
it's hard to say. I think I'm a daydreamer at heart, and I just start looking out and gazing into the world.
That's right. I think this could possibly be a good change as long as you don't mess with it beyond the 50th anniversary. Don't go changing the whole thing after all this. Don't go changing.
That's right.
That would be, I think, the ultimate concern.
P.S. Nate, I did drop the next date of the Forever 44 Fedora Club on the podcast today, so I want your download. Thank you. I'm not saying it on here.
So Lee says he didn't know it existed on the first couple of trips, only caught a bit of it when drinking at Geyser Point. Yeah, right. Like so many people don't, even know it exists or that it's a thing or how long it's actually been a thing. I mean, and I think the biggest factor, yes, it's a draw to nostalgia, but it's like super nostalgic Disney because it's been around for so long and people don't know about it. It's kind of like its own pocket on the water.
Here's what I want to know. I want to know if anyone has a TikTok or anything like that out there where they set up to look like the Electrical Water Pageant. That's a challenge for everyone out there in the world.
Why haven't you done that?
I don't know. I should do it.
Don't understand how you haven't done that.
Speaking of being distracted.
Speaking of our new vlog over at youtube.com/DillosDiz, that could be a whole thing.
Oh
Just
my
you
gosh.
setting it up.
I'm
And
still
then it
trying
could
to
be TikToks and Reels. There could be so much content.
I'm still trying to repair my old Millennium Falcon for 3 years. That's
Oh,
why
that's true.
that's why I'm not there
This
yet.
isn't funny, Nate. That's not funny.
Oh, oh God. That's woo. Boy. All right, we got 5 minutes left here.
Yes, the final topic is lighting up Spaceship Earth. I was just trying to find a tweet or a video or something. So I'm trying to do that.
I
as we
literally
talk
had
here.
forgotten what topic 1 was because I already blocked it out.
Right. Let's do this. Here, I got it. Okay. So there's some lighting effects being tested over on Spaceship Earth. You know, they try to do things to Spaceship Earth every once in a while. And sometimes it works, and sometimes that's not the one I want. And sometimes it does not. I have 2 tabs open here. Okay. But you know, there's a part of me that feels like, don't mess with Spaceship Earth. It looks so beautiful at night. It's lit up perfectly. I don't know, but will this? Here we go. There's some.
Oh my God.
Coming from Mickey Views here. You know, it's like, will this be part of Harmonious? Is that like, is it part of that? So it's only being tested just for the show? Is this how it will look all night long? What's the plan? What does it mean?
What does it mean? Yeah, I mean, I like our friend Justin Monorail passed this to us in a text yesterday. I think as I was walking around doing 500 things, I was like, "What is this?" And then I like calmed down a little bit. I was like, "Okay, they're just testing. It's testing, right? So this it could be it could just be let's see how much we really can do before we pull it back."
Right.
You can't mess with the purple hue. Like I know, so, you know, you used to put the projections of the world after illuminations. Back in the olden days, you know, you had Mike Wazowski's eye on there at some point. You could do the Death Star on there. Like these are okay modifications, like on a temporary kind of thing. You can't like I don't want to see this from when the sun sets until I walk out of the park. Absolutely not.
Yeah. John says, do you think there is a set plan for this light up Spaceship Earth? Not sure there is one. That's true too. They could just be like, woo, we're doing this. Now what? I don't, but would you vote lighting up Spaceship Earth, or maybe having a new arm, you know, when they used to do the arms over Spaceship Earth? Which one would you rather?
Are you talking about the thing? I know, like I have beef about the Sorcerer's Hat for years, right? Because Studios is my park. But the Epcot arm for the Millennium Celebration, like, okay. But then when it just kept going, it keeps changing. I kept like, oh man, it was, and that was the same thing with the Sorcerer's Hat. If it was just there for a year, okay. Yeah. But to keep it forever, that's you know, a bigger issue we need to discuss more openly and with good communication.
Yes. Jeffers thinks, you know, make it its own show from 9 to 9:30. But he was also thinking, would there be advertisements on here, which Nate has created, Beverly, brought to you by Coke. So, I mean, there could be that as well. But it's true. They might just be throwing this around and testing some stuff and not really having a full-on plan yet. But
yeah, much like the barges testing, I'm like, I'll let you work through this, and I'm going to be hopeful that you're going to make the right decision. Whatever. I mean, again, you're enhancing it. It's part of an anniversary thing. I'm with you, but as John said, let's have a plan. Let's talk it through. Let's tell us what's coming, so we don't have to get so worked up. But I'm sure they love that everyone is talking about it because it brings them attention and more free marketing. That's what we're here for, everyone.
This is true.
All right. So Jen is taking it over to DillosDizResorts.com, where the quiet pool and the balcony folks are going to engage in a little coffee talk. Now, straight up, I'm going to be honest here. This is a little test here to see if Theme Park Thursday Live is moving to the morning because of my incoming schedule. We want to maintain Theme Park Thursday Live. We don't know. We've talked about late at night. We've talked about it in the morning. It could go either way right now. Kate, you being here to engage with us, to give us an idea of what we are actually capable of. And I will say, well, maybe, you know, we can mix it up too. Look at all these people walking through
I know.
Central Park.
They're like, is
enjoying
that
their
Dillo's
day.
Diz? It is.
That's right.
It's us. How
They're
are
doing
you?
it live. Yeah, come on
Yeah.
by. Say hi.
Come
Jump
on,
in on
we're-
a live stream.
Yeah, it's great.
All right.
Yes,
well, thank
Zephyr's
you.
Coffee Talk. Grab some coffee and meet me over at the resort.
Jen will be there over at the resort. I'm on my way to the rest of the day, but we'll try to engage with you where I can over on our social media at Dillos Diz, Dillos with an S, Diz with a Z, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Jen's posting it on the TikToks. Am I on the TikTok engaging? Sometimes I respond to Jeffers if he sends me a TikTok of a raccoon.
Well, most of those TikToks he sends are for you because
That raccoon in Mission Space, forget it. But it's a
you
whole
would
other-
have run out of that park so fast and been like, well, never again.
Epcot, we're done. and what drove you away? Was it the new Spaceship Earth testing with the lights? No, it was the raccoon in Mission Space. Thank you.
Thanks for hanging out, John. It was cool to have you here in the chat.
Yeah, thanks for being here. Hope to see you around again here for Theme Park Thursday Live. Until next time, she's Jen. I'm Frank. Bye-bye.
Deuces.